Hey everybody, Ray here. Welcome back to another video. So I'm ready to start the engine. So I've got everything prepped, my plug wires are on, distributor's on, replaced the gear on it, got my oil dipstick fixed, got fluids in, coolants in, everything I think is ready to go. I have a selection of people that have come to help, just keep an eye on things. So yeah, let's see if this thing starts. Okay. So I think we're ready to start cranking. I have a tack set up so I can look at that and see my dwell. Got my timing light set up. All my wires are not in my belts, so that's good. The fuel hasn't been primed yet. Yeah, we'll do that. So just start turning it over, huh? Keep going. Yeah. Keep going. Let the starter cool down for a second. Hopefully fuel's coming up.
Get a fire extinguisher somewhere?
Over there. Okay. You can hear the snapping. Okay, go ahead. Oh, we got fuel. Smell it. Oh, shit. Okay. Now it's the moment of truth. Okay. Okay. Everybody ready?
Yeah. Get ready to cover your ears.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get some hearing protection on.
Hold,
All right. Showtime here. Hold on. Hit it. I think the timing's off a little bit. So, need a wrench. Okay, go ahead. How's it all?
Good, yeah.
Okay. It's firing a little bit.
I can't really hear it. I can smell it.
I smell fuel. Any dripping?
Not yet.
Okay. Let's check for plugs. For some reason I feel like they're not on all the way. Huh? Do it again.
You get sparks coming out the bottom.
I know. It's great. So, just crank it over again.
Fire.
We're okay.
Okay. The big flame still going.
Yeah, it's fine. We're good. Small fire. It was just burning off residual fuel. So I got fuel. That's good. Just gonna give it a second. Let it do its thing. Could be flooded. I think it is. Okay, we're gonna give it a minute to air out. All right, we're back. So I adjusted the timing a little bit, so we'll see what happens. Okay, go. Going. Right again. Okay. You got worse.
Well, spin it the other way.
Just shut it off for a second. Yeah. Say it again. Hello. Yeah, we'll give it another second. Okay. Doesn't want to stay. Hit it again. Or if I am 180 out. It's easy to do. Okay, we're gonna reevaluate. Okay, so I gave it 180 degrees. It was backfiring through the carburetor a couple times, so we'll see. Maybe I had it off. Yeah. Go ahead. Wait, hold on. Get that out of the way. Okay. So I didn't work at all, so I think it was probably right the first time. Something else going on. Let's try it one more time. Okay, try it again. No. No, okay. Yeah, we're gonna put her back. All right. So I had an ignition wire that wasn't hooked up, so that would cause, hopefully that was my problem. So we're gonna give it another shot. Wait. Okay, timeout. We're gonna think this. All right. So we found that it was about 1 tooth off on the distributor, so the timing was really retarded. So I got it. It should be okay now, hopefully. So we give her a couple spurts. Everything out of the way. Okay.
come on.
We got spark anyway. Do it again. Mustang is still flooded. All right, we're gonna try it again. Okay. Okay, try it again. Oh, she wants to run. Okay. Okay. So close. Why won't you go? Okay. Something's not right. Like a few cylinders aren't firing. Okay. Take a break. I think she's flooded pretty good now. All right. Made an adjustment. We're going to give it another go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think it's really flooded. It's not doing anything. We're going to have to leave it for a while. All right. I'm back. I lost my girlfriend. She gave up on me. She needed a snack. So, all right. I'm going to try this again. Do this. Okay. Give her help. So it's not staying running. That's promising. Do it again. Okay.
Well, I turned off the key.
What's that?
Turn the key
Oh, don't shut the key off. Just leave it running.
Okay.
Once it starts, leave it running. Okay? Yeah, I think we're missing a couple cylinders. Oh my God, it started.
There we go.
Woo! It sounds like a good rumble, but I think I'm just missing two. So, yeah, the timing was way up. So, start it again. bit. Try it again. Do it again.
It's almost like,
Whew, I'm definitely down a cylinder. I don't think that back one was firing.
yeah, because look how wet it looks.
Yeah.
Everything else is dry because of heat.
Okay. Yeah, it's just the smoke off the headers coming off and stinging my eye. Oh. Yeah, it runs.
Good job.
So now there's a lot of tuning to do. So right now it's at about 12 degrees advanced, which it seems to be happy right there. It was idling, but it's idling rough. It shouldn't be idling that rough. So I think I'm down a cylinder and I don't know why yet. So, yeah. It's already running. Ready again? Okay, feel it. Alright, there's something going on still. Alright. I don't know what. Might pull a couple plugs just to see. Maybe it's running. There's too much fuel, not enough fuel. Something's going on. Won't start now. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know what else to do right now. I think I'm just going to let it sit, and I'm going to think about things and maybe go over some stuff. And I'll pick this back up when I figure out what the hell I'm doing. You got it! Rip that open. What? You got heat? Oh yeah. Nice. Oh yeah. Good. Yeah, it's a hot start. So, as you can see, it starts up. We had a few issues getting it going. Eventually, I found out that, well, before I started, my one ignition mirror wasn't hooked up, but I didn't notice that until I had switched that 180 degrees, which was wrong. And then that all went to hell in a handbasket pretty quick. So then eventually went right back to start stage, started right over, got it set, checked with the timing light, it was good. And then by that point, all the plugs were fouled. So that last 30-second clip, yeah, it seemed to, it fires right up as soon as you touch the key. But now there's a couple other issues. I have a coolant leak from my heater hose, so everything's working great. I have heat inside, so my, it's got fluid in the heater core. But I have this one, this is leaking like crazy, so that needs to be tightened up. Problem is, when I turn that, it hits the distributor, so I gotta pop that off again. So, getting good at it though. And I found we'd have an oil leak. So it's dripping oil from around the oil pan, so I think either I missed a bolt, I didn't tighten it up, it maybe needs another tightening. And this, as you can see, I have a massive transmission leak. So I didn't get this on camera, and while I was sitting here, I thought, well, let's run it through the gears to see what happens. My brakes work, so yeah, put it into drive. Nothing happened, or it went into drive, and I went forward and went into reverse, and nothing would happen. I don't have the throttle linkage hooked up yet either. But then I went back to neutral, and then neutral engaged drive again. So I'm like, oh, that's not, so something slipped in my linkage. And when I put it into park now, it won't engage the starter. So I know that linkage is must have slipped already. So yeah, I got a bit of work to do. Now I did, after we cycled it through it stopped, the transmission stopped moving. So I added, I know it takes 7 quarts. We only had 6 quarts in it, so I added 1 more quart. And then it engaged fine after that, but then as it started pouring transmission fluid out. So either it's too full or there's something else going on with it. So hopefully it was just too full. And we'll see what happens, but I'm done for tonight. I've been at this all day for about 8 hours. So yeah, big thanks to my friends that showed up, Mike and John. Big help, just keeping an eye on things. Oil pressure stayed great. Yeah, it was fine. One thing, we tried the alternator is not charging. So I don't know why. It's a 1-wire alternator. So I'm gonna have to contact Summit and see what's going on with that. It maybe we got a bad alternator, or I did something wrong, which I don't know. It's only got 1 wire, so I don't know. But that's it for tonight, and I'll pick this up again when I figure things out. Okay, so it's a couple days later. As you can see, I cleaned up all my mess that I made everywhere. I was able to, I didn't record any of this. Sometimes you just kind of want to get some work done, Pop this off, kind of routed my wires a little nicer. This doesn't need to be here. It's just sitting there. Yeah, what else did I, oh, I tightened up my coolant leak, so hopefully that stopped leaking. But I had to drain the coolant, take it out. I was able to reclaim it, so I was able to just put it back in. Tighten that. It took 1 more full turn, and it's pretty tight now. Put coolant back in. I drained some of the transmission fluid. It was too full. It was coming out the overflow, so I know it was too full, so I drained some of that. I wasn't able to save it, unfortunately. But yeah, I just sucked it. I have a vacuum pump, so I was able to suck it out of the pan. Just took maybe half a liter out. And then once I get it running again, I'll be able to check it while it's running and nice and warm without overflowing it like we did before. The oil leak was a bolt on the oil pan. I don't know if I missed it or it worked its way out or something, but I need to keep an eye on it. So I gotta, just keep an eye on that. Make sure if it happens again, I notice. What else? Oh, there was one more thing I did. Oh, I had to, not just the overflow in the transmission, the pan was leaking as well, just around the edge. So I tightened up the bolts around there a little more. Hopefully that stops. It's got a new gasket on it. Everything was clean when I put it together. So hopefully that doesn't cause a big issue. But yeah, I think I'm not going to start it yet again. I wasn't too happy with the way, like we had to I wanted to let it run a little more to just get a nice break in. But I'm glad, this is kind of why I went with a roller cam as well. Flat tap it, to break it in, you have to let it run for half an hour the first time and pretty much get it running right away to break it in properly, or else you'd run a high chance of screwing things up. So that's kind of one of the reasons I went with a roller cam. So yeah, you can, there's not a huge break-in period. You're breaking in and things, but the cam probably won't fail. But I'd like to do another break-in run, another heat cycle, and then retorque my intake. Just because we had to stop it because I saw the oil leak and the coolant leak, and it was blowing transmission fluid out. So, the huge. Everything else is done. You can see my AC compressor. I got that. One thing on these, I think I had it, I don't know if I explained this before, you can't, in the picture, it shows all the tubes on this side coming off and going in, and looks nicer. These ones, this compressor, you can't clock it more than 90 degrees one way or the other. So right now I'm about a 45 ish degrees, maybe not quite, maybe 60. But just as long as you don't go past 90. So I had to get a bit of a longer belt and prop it up and then run my hoses the way they are. Otherwise, this hose here was it was above the hood for sure. So that's one thing. What else? I think that's it. So for now, I'm going to end this video. It didn't go as smooth as I hoped, but it is running, and it's mostly just my inexperience of doing any of this kind of stuff. I know I made a few mistakes doing it yesterday, getting this thing running, mostly because I just had all this stuff on my mind, and I was trying to rush and kind of get it going, and but it's done now. It's working. Took the long way, I feel. Just because I don't, not 100%. I already explained that. But you know how it goes. So the next video, I'm not going to start it again until I get the exhaust on and my throttle link hooked up. And because it really stunk up my garage in here. And it's connected to the house, so it's not great. I can smell exhaust. And so I have the exhaust system. I have, Magnaflow exhaust I'm going to put on, so hopefully I can get that done this week. And I want to build my throttle bracket and hopefully have this thing fired up by next weekend. So, and it's Tuesday. So, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next video.